My wife and I recently ate at Kenny's Noodle House here in Portland, and we noticed an old, unlit no MSG sign in the window. It got me thinking about the history of MSG fearmongering, which is rooted in anti-Asian bias. In 1968, a Maryland-based pediatrician wrote a letter correlating neck stiffness with eating Chinese American food based on hearsay about MSG's negative effects. He signed it as Dr. Ho Man Kwok, even though his actual name was Howard Steele. He literally signed the letter as a human Krakow as a cute play on words. The letter was ridiculed by some doctors, while others jumped on saying they too felt bad after eating Chinese food. Then journalists saw an opportunity for a sensationalist story, and here begins the problem with bad science misinformation. That's the origins of the MSG scare, which was completely unwarranted from a health perspective. Although, of course, like with salt and sugar, too much of anything is not good for you. Now, from a flavor perspective, MSG is responsible for umami, so I don't know why we'd want to miss out on that. For decades, Americans thought Chinese food was cheap, both in terms of price, but also in terms of purity. And from wellness marketing, we know how dangerous that can be. Thankfully, for years, we've known that MSG isn't to be feared. Yet I came across this 2022 article on EcoWatch, a site that markets itself as a leader in environmental awareness. The article repeats the Chinese restaurant syndrome myth by linking to a study. Only the study is actually one case report of one man in India arriving at the doctor feeling unwell after eating Chinese food. There are virtually no conclusions drawn, but EcoWatch actually writes, Chinese restaurant syndrome symptoms were first recognized in patients as early as 1968. Steele's anecdote, as we know, is based on hearsay and partly a joke, but EcoWatch repeats false information what I'm guessing is an attempt to quickly churn out content. This is really lazy, because rushed science articles like this perpetuate stereotypes while conveying misinformation. And this is all done in an attempt to get more visibility for their website. I can't help you if you don't like umami, but content mills do this all the time. And it keeps misinformation alive when another 5 minutes of work could have solved this issue. And really, you should like umami.